You're looking at the bench of the Pennridge Rams back here at the Face-Off Hockey Arena in Warminster, Pennsylvania. Game 2, Tier 3 Suburban High School Hockey Playoff Action. Florian Kemp along with Greg Betts. The Panthers of Cheltenham in the blue uniforms. They'll be moving on your screen from left to right. And Pennridge in the white uniforms with the green numerals will be moving the opposite direction. Good goaltending expected. Greg from Cheltenham, Matt Connolly. And of course, the honors in the nets tonight for Pennridge. Nick Cordisco will have his work cut out for him.
Yeah, Cordisco got a win over Stevie West, the game we saw here on SCT earlier in the first round of the playoffs. It was Tom Klug in goal in the first game of the series, and he got lit up for 12 goals, but he did have 44 shots against him.
That's Andrew Weinstein chasing the puck now, retrieves it, tries to sneak one in along the near side. We've got a quick whistle. And Andrew, in game 1 of this series, came away with 4 goals, a hat trick +1.
And 2 of the 4 shorthanded, as Cheltenham scored 3 shorthanded goals on the evening on their way to 12. It was 6-0 before Pennridge got on the board. They scored 6 times in the first 12 minutes of the game.
So Andrew Weinstein on the face-off, just to the right of Cordisco. There's a shot blocked in front, a follow-up rebound, good defensive clear there by Pennridge. They try to clear the puck out of the zone. Shot from the point off the stick of Wes Myers. Now Weinstein's over there being challenged by Pennridge's Swartley as the puck comes out to center ice. Nathan Christ dumps it down the left wing boards, rushing onto it for Pennridge as they clear it into the zone. And now it's picked up by the Panthers. Panthers steal on the near side. Off the ray is Nate Smith. Nate had 2 goals in game 1. Nice steal, a quick shot, and a nice save right on. Good work coming up on that near side from Jared Lapp.
Yeah, Lapp, nice job of pinching in. He had Smith trying to use the boards to clear the puck out. Instead, he held the boards tightly, kept the puck in, got off a slapper from the top of the circle, and the goaltender Conley just stood very tall there. And in practice, it looked like if you're going to beat Conley, you're going to beat him high. That time he had a good glove, though, and was able to make the save.
Nice win on the face-off there by Chris Wheatley. He is the all-star member of the Pennridge Rams. A lot of offense to be expected from him tonight. Good pressure here at the point by Pennridge to keep the puck in play. And here comes Wheatley. He's taken down from behind. Nothing called on the play. Cheltenham, Zach Hopstein clears it up along the right wing boards, and Cheltenham with a 2-on-2. Panthers cut inside, a quick offsides, and it was Mike Elefant, the puck carrier, had a teammate just step a hair ahead of him. And in hockey, the puck carrier must cross that blue line first.
Yeah, Elefant cut to the middle there. They did a little crisscross at center ice trying to confuse the Pennridge defense, but the other wingman just offsides by half a stride, thus the face-off out at center ice.
Good idea, however, timing is critical in the success of that play. Off the face-off, there's Elefant going down the left wing, has the puck stripped away, and Pennridge dumps it over to the left wing boards to try to clear it into the zone. Panthers recovering back, clear it out to center ice. On the play, Jason Brennan. Brennan goes one-on-one, goes around one defender, now carries it down, slides the puck around behind the net to the left wing boards. Rams trying to work it out back there in the corner. Some pressure there by Adam Brand. Puck comes back out to center ice. On the plays, Nate Smith. He goes cross ice to the far side corner to Zach Hopstein. Shoots it in along the near side. Cordisco steers it along. Puck now still kept in play at the right point. Nate Smith dumps it, deflects it off the boards onto the stick of Zach Hopstein. Hopstein slides around the near side corner, looks, backhands it towards the rear of the Pennridge net. Battle for the puck. Pennridge tries good checking back there by Pennridge as they clear the puck, try to clear the puck out of the zone. Now it trickles away, and it's kept in at the point. A shot off the stick of Zach Hopstein, slides it around the boards. Cordisco slows it down as both teams go for a line change on the play. Opening minutes, the first period, no score. Cheltenham and Pennridge, Game 2, Tier 3, Suburban Ice Hockey High School Playoffs.
Really too many men on the ice situation there for Pennridge. The puck came right to the boards when they were making a line change. Fortunately for them, though, nobody touched the puck, or else you would have had that too many men on the ice penalty.
Intended pass by Pennridge is broken up on the play. Andrew Weinstein gets a shot quick in. Hustling back there, Jared Lapp with a nice clear in front of his own net. Panthers still control. Here's a slap shot from the right point. A follow-up on the rebound, initial save. And finally, Nick Cordisco able to hold on to it, but Lucas Glass getting a couple whacks in there for Cheltenham.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Cordisco is going to have to come up huge tonight if Pennridge wants to play it in Game 3. I mean, Cheltenham, an offensive juggernaut in Game 1, 44 shots on goal. They put it in the net 12 times. They've had quite a few shots already here in this first 3 or 4 minutes of the game, and Cordisco has stood up very strong, made some nice saves, and the defense doing a nice job of clearing things out in front of him and not allowing him to be screened on shots from the point right now.
Tim Gunning, the freshman, to face off against Nate Smith, just to the left of Cordisco. Puck is loose. Cheltenham recover. A shot right down the slot area off the stick of Rob Swift. He sticked the side nicely by Cordisco as the puck is loose inside in front of the slot area. Pennridge clears the center ice. They've got a 3-on-2. Carrying the puck down the left wing and around, trying to center it. A quick tap inside. Ram player goes down. Nothing called on the play, but good hustle up front there by Pennridge as they tried to set the player free inside the slot area.
Yeah, that was Dave Bryant coming down on the rush for Pennridge. He's their offensive defenseman on this squad, and he was able to get into the zone, but a nice defensive play by Cheltenham to force him to the outside. They shut down the passing lane and also took him far enough out of the play where he didn't have a good angle to shoot on net.
Matt Cholin steers it around the boards behind his own net. Nate Smith goes down, can't control it. Check thrown there at center ice. On the far side for Pennridge, Tom Anglin. Puck now intended for the left wing. Broken up, now Cheltenham has it for a second. Mike Schrage has it, now the puck is dumped back into the Panther zone. Panthers on the play, Rob Swift has a clear, kept in the zone by Pennridge. Now they pick up the forechecking. Christ on the play. Nathan Christ doing a good job. Cheltenham now, we're going to have a delayed penalty called against Pennridge. And there goes Connolly to the bench in favor of the sixth attacker. And on the play now, Andrew Weinstein. Centering pass is broken up, and now we'll have the first penalty of the game called against Pennridge.
It's going to be Andy Freed. Freed's going to go to the box for a high stick right here in the corner right in front of us. The stick came up, caught the Pennridge player in the face. Unfortunately, he has a mask on, so no injury. But now Cheltenham's going to go on to the power play. They scored one power play goal in Game 1, but you got to remember, they got 3 shorthanded goals, so they were a little better off when they were at the disadvantage than with the man advantage. But a big situation here for Pennridge. They need to just keep Cheltenham off the board as long as possible, to stay in this game as long as possible, and maybe come away and steal a win tonight.
On the play, Jason Brennan now dumps it into Elefant in the corner. Elefant holds on to it, being checked against the boards. Pennridge tries to protect that slot area. Centering pass, Cordisco knocks it out. A rebound follow-up. Cordisco pulls down, can't hold on to it, and a last-second nice clear by the Rams.
Cordisco lost sight of that puck. Unfortunately, one of his defenders came back and bailed him out with a nice clear. I believe it might have been Trevor Jones.
Zach Hofstein doing some wild skating at center ice. Nice stick handle. He gets a shot and a nice stick save. Sticked aside nicely by Cordisco. And that's an example that we see a lot of times when a goalie, Greg, is not in a position to be able to smother the rebound. If you can't control that rebound, just whack it away and get out of harm's way. It's a good defensive play there by Cordisco.
Yeah, goaltender could really help himself by kicking rebounds to the corner and keeping it from out in front of the net in the slot area, which is the prime scoring area on the hockey rink. If he can kick the rebounds to the corner, his defense has a better chance of clearing the puck away, or at least tying people up so there's not a quick rebound shot on the goaltender.
Especially important in the man-down situation when you're short personnel on the ice. That kind of a clear basically makes you an extra player on the ice. So good teamwork. Good job by Pennridge in killing off this penalty here. We're down to about 35 seconds left to go. Cheltenham has had a couple of whacks, but nothing really threatening. And Cordisco has been challenged maybe 2 or 3 really good times, and he's come up with some big saves.
Yeah, they had one real good shot there as Hofstein walked right in and got off a good wrist of a big pad save. Kept them in this game right now and remains scoreless.
Puck controlled by the Panthers. They pass it behind the Pennridge net. Comes back to the point. We got a whistle. Matt Cholin tries to handle it. And we'll see what the call is. With about 8:32 left to go in the first period. 11 seconds left on the Panther power play. No score here. Face-off Circle Hockey Arena. The setting for tonight's Game 2. Tier 3, Suburban High School Ice Hockey League playoff action.
I believe the call was that one of the Cheltenham players was in the crease and he knocked the net off its mooring. And since he was responsible for the break in the action and the whistle to blow, the face-off came outside the offensive zone to center ice.
Rob Swift there, checked by Mika Snyder. Pennridge now follows up at center ice, has the puck stripped away there by Aaron Silverman. Pennridge now knocks it into the zone. Recovering, there's Greg Schmidt. Schmidt tries to dump it up. Both teams at full strength. Here's a slapper. What a zinger! And Connolly got a piece of it, and it was right off the stick of Chris Wheatley, and man, was that a big-time shot.
Yeah, he's got a tremendous slap shot. He just walked right in between the circles there and let it rip, and a big save by Connolly with the stick out of the side. And I mentioned if you want to beat him, it looked to me in practice like you want to go high. That time Wheatley went a little bit low, and he showed good quickness with that stick and able to make the save and kick the rebound to the corner.
And it was just probably less than a minute that Pennridge had equal strength on the ice. Now they have another penalty going to be called against them, and that's kind of unfortunate.
That's going to be Jared Lapp going off for tripping, so they did a nice job killing the first one, but now right again, as you mentioned, not much time between the two penalties. Their penalty killing unit's got to come up big for them once again here if they want to. They got to just continue to stay in this game and hope they get another chance or two like Wheatley got here on the offensive end. Put a couple of those away. Cordisco looks strong in net. Their defense has played very well. They've just got to, they're doing much better than they did in the first game where they gave up, as I mentioned, 6 goals in the first 11 minutes of the game, or 12 minutes of the game. They're staying in this one right now. They held Cheltenham without a goal for the first 8 minutes of this period.
Matt Haberly and Jason Brennan on the draw. Haberly getting one of Pennridge's 2 goals in game 1. Here's a shot right in the slot area. Save. The rebound was loose, and Cordisco smothers the rebound, but good pursuit there up the middle. Jason Brennan and company involved on the offensive pressure.
Well, Brennan just came right down the slot. They did their cycling, which is what you do in the offensive end. They got the puck behind the net. Brennan came out of the corner right down the slot, took the pass from behind the net, had a great chance on Cordisco, who came up with not only the first save, but also made a big save on Brennan on the rebound.
Brennan again hustles the rebound, circles around the net. Quick centering pass right in the slot area, dangerously circling a loose puck and finally cleared by the Rams, but good offensive pressure. And once again, Pennridge Rams looking strong on the man-down situation. Little offsides called against Cheltenham there. 7 minutes and 15 seconds left to go in the first period. Still no score. The second power play of the first period for the Panthers.
And you remember, Pennridge got here by beating Central Bucks West in the best of 2 total goals. They won the first game 6-4. They won the second game 4-0 behind a hat trick from Wheatley. Wheatley scoring 5 goals in those 2 games. He's their main offensive thrust, and if you're able to shut him down, you're going to probably shut down this Pennridge squad for most of the night, which is what happened in game 1. Wheatley did not get a puck in the net in game 1.
Well, as we take a look at the stats from game 1, at least the goals scored according to the periods. In the first period, Cheltenham was able to come away with 7 goals. So we're a little bit better than halfway through the first period, and we have no score. So obviously the Rams of Pennridge, with some very improved defense, seem to be playing much inspired hockey, unlike in game 1. And I would tend to think, Greg, the longer the game goes without Cheltenham getting on the board, and if the Rams can spring Wheatley loose in a position that he can get a goal or 2 on the scoreboard, we could have an entirely different game here in game 2.
Yeah, and they were probably really embarrassed by their performance in game 1, so they come out here in game 2, and they're showing they're not as bad a team as they showed they were in game 1 when they lost 12-2.
Mike Schrage with the steal, centering pass to the far side. Here's an opportunity. He goes down low with the save, and it was Mike Elefant handling it, and Mike waited for Cordisco to commit himself, and Nick Cordisco, to his credit, stayed on his feet and forced Mike Elefant to make the first play, and then Cordisco just went down and wisely smothered it.
Yeah, Cordisco has been huge here in this first period. That's a big save because Elefant coming in 1-on-none against him in a short breakaway situation, and when you're a goaltender in that situation, you want the offensive man to make the first move and you react. Whoever makes the first move, 9 times out of 10, is not going to be successful. And that time he made Elefant make the first move. He tried to go between the pads, but Cordisco, very quick, does a spread eagle, able to make the save and cover up the rebound.
So Wheatley and Nate Smith on the faceoff. Here's a slapper just inches wide of the far post, hammered off the stick of Robbie Swift.
Cordisco never saw that. Very fortunate that puck went just inches wide of the post.
Zach Hofstein sacks one from just outside the blue line, handled easily there by Cordisco. He sets it down behind the net. A weak clear there by Pennridge, kept in play by Nate Smith. Smith has it in the corner, controls, drops it off now to Weinstein. He gets a shot to the far side, and an acrobatic glove hand save by Nicky Cordisco.
Boy, that's another nice save because what Weinstein was doing there, he's throwing it in front looking for a deflection. He almost got it, but Cordisco came and took that pass out of the air so that nobody from Cheltenham can get their stick on it and put it behind him for a goal.
So good offensive pressure there by the Cheltenham Panthers, and it's been the Rams of Pennridge. And once again, we're down to 18 seconds left on the Cheltenham power play, and if the Pennridge defense can hold on, they'll have successfully killed off 2 penalties in the first period as we're approaching 6 minutes left to go, no score. Here's a shot blocked nicely in front by Pennridge's Chris Wheatley. Puck circled around on the far side, hustling there at the point is Myers. Myers can't keep it in. It's going to come back to Greg Schmidt. Schmidt dumps it in. Exchange of possession, and now both teams at full strength. So, to the Pennridge Ram penalty killing unit. 2 successful kills already here in the first period, and they have held Cheltenham to no goals in the first period. In game 1 in the first period, they gave up 7 goals.
Here comes Wheatley, watch the speed through center ice. That's where he's most successful.
Tries to go around a defender. Oh, almost had it, but a good defensive play by Greg Schmidt. Schmidt dumps it out to center ice. Controlling now is Jared Lapp. Lapp fires it into the zone. It's going to be controlled by Steve Goldfarb. Goldfarb goes to the right side. Smith tackles it up ahead to Weinstein. He goes down the right wing boards, tries to cut inside. Broken up there by Jared Lapp. Lapp now loses it to Goldfarb. Goldfarb has it. He's trying to work it out. There's a battle royal, and Weinstein has a centering pass. It's going to be kept in at the point there by Myers. Myers now steers it along to the left wing boards. At the point now, kept in by Schmidt. And there's Weinstein just trying to kick it ahead, all tied up there nicely by Jared Lapp. Puck comes around. Weinstein hustles. Wheatley and Weinstein, nice matchup. And Nick Perdisco, all too security conscious around that goal crease area, just wisely goes out, spread eagles and covers it. And that's exactly what a goaltender has to do. He has to be very protective, not only of the crease proper itself, Greg, but any area around that net is danger.
Yeah, and that's the correct play there. Take your chances with the faceoff, let your defense get settled once again, like to win the faceoff, get the puck out of the zone, maybe get something going down at the offensive end. Perdisco's played very well. Another thing I liked on that last shift, Chris Wheatley, the offensive power that he is for the squad, did a nice job of just standing in front, and a couple of shots came on, and he was able to clear the rebound to the corner because Perdisco gave a big rebound out front.
Matt Cholin races the puck, gets it back to the left point. Nobody there for Cheltenham. They recover then, and center ice, Jason Brennan flicks it back in, and Pennridge now controls at center ice. They dump it along the left wing boards. Quick pass into the zone, and a good clear there by Cheltenham's Matt Cholin. And here's Pennridge now from center ice. They steer it into the right side corner. Panthers will get there first. They clear it. The puck bounces inside the face-off circle. It's be cleared by Jason Brennan. Brennan now has the puck stopped at the blue line by Matt Haverly. And once again, good forechecking here by Pennridge. Pennridge trying to get the puck up ahead to Angler. He was tied up in the slot area, couldn't get a stick on it. Now the puck is loose at center ice, and Cheltenham fires it into the zone off the stick of Lucas Glass.
And Pennridge doing a nice job pinching in on the defense at the point, keeping the puck in, a little bit of pressure on the Cheltenham net, although they never really got off a good scoring opportunity.
Good pursuit now from the left point. He was tied up nicely. Was Rob Swift, had 2 defenders and a quick shot and a quick glove hand save. 3:24 left to go in the first period. No score. And I'll tell you, for the first period action, a fundamentally sound hockey performance by Pennridge. If they can hold Cheltenham scoreless in the first period, psychologically, that's going to work wonders for them. They've got to come out really battling here in the second period.
Well, one thing they're doing very well, I mean, they're being outplayed offensive zone-wise. I mean, the puck's been in their end most of the time here tonight so far, but they're keeping the puck to the outside perimeters, and they're clearing the way in front so Perdisco is able to see any kind of shot that's coming from the outside, and he's not being screened by the big men in front.
Good basic hockey there by Pennridge, and utilizing what talents they have. And we're going to see now a penalty called, and it looks like it's going to be called against Cheltenham.
Yeah, it's going to be a tripping penalty. It was Gunning trying to come out of the zone, got tripped up from coming from behind his net. So Cheltenham may have Pennridge right where they want him, depending on how you look at things. As we mentioned, 3 shorthanded goals in the first game. They've been very successful, and what it does is it opens up a little bit more ice for them. And, you know, maybe they can catch Pennridge deep in the zone, getting some off, you know, a little excited. They have an offensive chance, maybe get a breakout and look for Weinstein, who had 2 of those 3 shorthanded goals in the first game, to maybe come up big here.
Quite possibly, too, the Cheltenham Panthers not really having to psych themselves up so much for the game, considering the lopsided score in Game 1 of this best of 3, Tier 3 Suburban High School Ice Hockey League playoffs. And now maybe with a man-down situation, they just might have to step up the tempo just a bit. Puck is controlled at center ice. Here comes Freed. Freed carries it in, left wing, centers right in the slot area. Broken up by Jason Brennan. Good read defensively. Brennan can't clear the zone. It's kept in play. Now getting a whack on is Mike Schrage. He clears it the length of the ice.
Yeah, nice job by Cheltenham. Pinching it off on the corners, winning the battle on the boards even though they're shorthanded and able to clear the puck all the way down to kill time off this penalty.
Jared Lapp has a pass, goal line, center ice. Batted back by the Panthers. Now Lapp has it, goes to the left wing. On the play, control. They finally fired into the zone. Panthers will whack it. Real simple clear by Zach Hopstein. Just whacks it the length of the rink.
A little more than a simple clear. That puck bounced and took a very tricky bounce on goal. And a nice job by Cordisco to come up with a save on that. That puck very easily could have gone in the net on that weird bounce in front.
Change of direction. Approaching the 2-minute mark here of the first period. No score. Pennridge on the power play, waiting to get their first major scoring opportunity here of the power play series. Wheatley now is tied up along the boards. 1-on-1 has a little help coming over by way of Tim Gunning. Gunning has it, backhands it right through the slot area. Good defensive play by Wes Myers. Puck is cleared, kept in the zone. Puck is fired into the near side corner. Rushing onto it is Freed. Freed has the puck stripped away. Now it's loose. Wheatley from the near side just fires wide to the far post. Puck is tapped in again from the left point, right onto the stick of Gunning. Gunning now tries to go back, and now the puck is cleared by the Panthers off the stick of Andrew Weinstein.
Nice job, good pressure that time by Pennridge, their best sustained pressure of the evening so far. And Wheatley just missed the far side on a bad angle shot, but he almost got it on goal.
Well, that's why you take those bad angle shots. You never know what can happen. And sometimes if you hold on to the puck a little bit too long, you just might not ever get that shot off. So you've got to take them.
Also a very nice play, as you mentioned, by Wes Snyder down here, tying up Freed, who was open in the slot, and the pass coming across. He couldn't get a stick even onto the ice to even get a shot opportunity off.
Under a minute left to go here in the period. Both teams at full strength. And Cheltenham now has killed off the penalty against them as well. So 3 penalties in the first period, no power play goals, but here come the Rams, centering pass, opportunity shot, oh, and a great save, a great setup, and a good follow-up there by Conley, right off the stick of a shot from Freed.
Yeah, Freed came down, nice 2-on-1, Gunning got around to check on the boards to set up the 2-on-1 situation.
Wheatley tries to fire a shot, partially deflected by the defense, and Conley comes out, makes a save, holds on to the puck, and we've got a late hit. There should be a penalty, and Freed correctly, following up a potentially loose puck, was whacked, I should say, a considerable amount of time after the whistle had been blown. So
yeah, he was in there on the doorstep, and he took a little whack at the puck there, but coming from behind, I believe it was number 8, Matt Colin, and he just gave him a cross-check, knocked him out of the way, and looks like he's going to go off for 2 minutes.
Okay, so we've got the penalty there.
So another power play opportunity here for the Rams. This one will carry over into the second period as we have only 15 seconds left here in the first stanza.
So some discipline and fundamentally correct hockey has paid off for the Rams. They can't keep it in play at the zone. Hustling back towards their own zone, they get over the Freed. Freed circles at center ice. We've got about 4 seconds left to go. And it's going to be cleared by Cheltenham, and that'll do it. So, at the end of the first period, it's the Cheltenham Panthers 0 and the Pennridge Rams 0. Stay tuned. Second period action coming up right after these words on your home for Suburban 1 playoff ice hockey action, SCT. Second period action underway at the Face-Off Circle Hockey Arena in Warminster, Pennsylvania. Florian Kemp along with Greg Betts. And Greg, a pretty impressive first period action there by Pennridge. And they have the power play for the next minute and 40 seconds here at the start of the second period.
Yeah, they, played very well. A lot of the action in their end defensively, but Cordisco coming up with some big saves, keeping them in the game and keeping this thing scoreless.
Cheltenham trying to clear the zone, kept it nicely at the play at the point. A nice shot on the far side by Matt Haverly. Whacks it around to the far side. It's going to be controlled. Intended pass back to Dave Bryant. Bryant whacks it into the slot area. Roll away, rolls dangerously in front of that to the far side. It's going to be kept in play by Haverly. Haverly now shot from Lapp at the point. It goes wide into the corner. Rushing onto it is Bryant. Bryant holds onto it, has a centering pass blocked by a defender, and now the Panthers will finally clear the zone. They just simply slide it down on the right wing boards, and the seconds have not elapsed here on the shot clock, so we've got a jam up. Play just underway here. The first minute and a half of the second period, no score. Cheltenham winning game 1 of this best-of-3 series, 12-2, and the Rams putting together on the shoulders of goaltender Nick Cordisco, having a very impressive, I should say a very successful, perfect first period, excuse me.
Penalty is now over, so Cheltenham does the job of killing off their first man disadvantage.
So carrying it as Wheatley goes around, a nice stick work, a shot, oh, and Connolly with a save. Wheatley follows up his own rebound, back to Bryant at the point. Bryant back into Wheatley in the face-off circle, fires a shot low on the ice wide, and it's going to be Lapp at the right point. Lapp flicks one high, bouncer, knocked down, rebound, follow-up shot, oh, and another great save by Connolly, and now it's the Rams storming the Panthers' net.
Yeah, I don't know how Brad Arcade, standing on the doorstep with an open net, I don't know if he just missed the net or if Connolly came across and got a piece of it, but best action sustained offensively by Pennridge right there, and I don't know how Connolly made the initial save on the shot by Wheatley.
And hustling in the corner now for Cheltenham's Lucas Glass goes along the far side. Now some good forechecking by Mike Elephant, knocks the puck loose. The Rams now follow up, clear the zone. The puck slides all the way down towards Connolly, and he's going to come out. Flicks it along the near side boards. Line change for the Rams on the play, and back come the Panthers. Panthers push it up ahead right through the face-off circle. Puck goes into the boards. Hustling onto it now is Jones. Jones now being chased from behind there by Lucas Glass. And now hustling back there is Elephant. Elephant circles around the far side, being chased there by Wheatley. Elephant tries to get in position to get the shot. Checked off the play nicely by Wheatley. He's all tied up. Puck skimmies loose, and a hard shot on the near side. And getting down low was Nick Cordisco to hug that near post. A big-time hit delivered just in front of our press box here. And I'll tell you, that's Mike Roman.
Well, that was a huge hit. That was right in front of us. We heard the glass shaking on that one as Roman came over and laid a big hit on, I believe it was number 2, Greg Schmidt, and they both went down. Roman feeling it a little bit now, but stays on the ice. And I'll tell you what, nice job again by Cordisco. Shot, bad angle, but close in. He did a great job of hugging that near post, not allowing them to give any room there where the puck could slide by for a goal.
It's one of those shots when you don't play good, sound hockey and hug that post, that puck happens to have a tendency to trickle in, and that could very much be the game breaker that occurred right here. But right now, I should say the Pennridge Rams doing a nice job, Greg, of building upon that momentum and that success that they established in the first period, and now stepping up the tempo just a little bit and trying to capitalize on that one goal. So a nice build-up throughout that first period. Now into the second period, we've got 11:48 left to go in the second. Still no score.
These two teams played the final regular season game against each other. Cheltenham won that one by a score of 5-2. So the 12-2, maybe Pennridge catching them on an off night, something like that. Not a great difference between these two teams as we're seeing in this game right now.
Greg Schmidt came away with a goal in game 1. Mike Schrage had 2 goals. Jason Brennan had 1. Zach Hofstein hit the net twice. Andrew Weinstein, we mentioned in the pregame, came away with 4 goals, and Nate Smith himself had 2 goals. So the Panthers pretty well stocked with offensive power, I should say.
Yeah, they're a high-scoring team. They can put the puck in the net, and a good defensive job tonight so far by Pennridge.
Slapper from the right point, knocked down by a defender in front. Hofstein tries to clear it. Now it's going to be picked up, and now we've got a whistle, possibly a penalty call, and it looks like it might be called against the Panthers.
I think we're going to have another penalty here against Cheltenham. You're correct, Florian. We talked about it during the break, and we've been giving great credit to Nick Cordisco, who deserves it. He's played very well so far tonight. But down at the other end, Matt Conley's been very solid in goal, and it might be tougher. We talked about it before during the commercial break. It might be tougher for Conley seeing 3 or 4 shots a period, and 2 of those 3 are going to have to be very difficult saves. He's come up big, a nice big save on Wheatley on the last power play opportunity where Wheatley came down through the slot, had a screen, and somehow Conley was able to stick it away.
Dangerous Panther counterattack in the man-down situation. The pass intended to Nate Smith was just a little bit out of his reach. And once again, Nick Cordisco wisely comes up, intercepts, and smothers that pass. but we just saw how quickly the Panthers were able to counterattack, winning the face-off, and just coming up ice in a matter of a couple of seconds.
Yeah, they showed good speed through the neutral zone, which allowed for the 2-on-1. The pass from the wing out in front, just a little bit in front of the skater, and Cordisco does a nice job to come back and cover things up.
Shot, bounce right on, and Cordisco deflects it wide, stick this side nicely. Once again, knocking that loose rebound out of the slot area to the right wing boards. Puck's now picked up by the Panthers, intended for Andrew Weinstein. He tries to clear it, gets it back out to center ice. Bryant can't hold it. Now Bryant has it again. Bryant carries. Now will take it over the blue line at the left point. Has it poke checked away nicely by the Panthers. Now the puck is poked it back in the zone. And now the Rams having difficulty penetrating the Cheltenham blue line. Here comes the Panthers, and a great defensive clear by Bryant, just as Weinstein was about to attack the near post.
Bryant, good job of coming back. Weinstein was sitting out in center ice, and the puck came cleared out. He had somewhat of a breakaway, but he had a bad angle, had to cut in front from the circle, and in that case, Bryant was able to come back and knock the puck off his stick before he was able to get the shot off on the short side.
About 50 seconds left on the Pennridge power play, but it's been all Cheltenham with the man down situation. They've now started to attack the Pennridge net. We've got an offsides. Simple timing off on that play as Smith tried to get it along to the right wing to Robbie Swift. And now all of a sudden the Panthers seem to now be picking up their offensive tempo, and that's pretty impressive considering they're a man down.
Yeah, they're getting the puck out to center ice, and Pennridge trying to pinch in a little bit, is getting caught with only 2 men back, and the good speed from Cheltenham, even on a 2-on-2 rush, you're getting off a good scoring opportunity.
Haverly about to take the face off just outside the blue line. On the left side, 45 seconds left on the Pennridge power play. Pass now down the right wing on the plays. Wheatley, he fires a shot just outside the blue line, and Connolly holds on, takes no chances. Smart play.
Yeah, that's a nice play by Wheatley also. Outside the blue line, but his team's had trouble setting things up, so instead of dumping it deep, dumping and chasing and trying to forecheck, he sends it on net to get the pressure up in case there's a rebound, and Connolly wisely hangs on, but Pennridge now is able to try and get set up in an offensive zone.
Also, Wheatley doing a nice job of mixing up the shots. You want to take some in close. You also want to take some from far range to keep that goalie somewhat honest. Here's some nice stick work there by Cheltenham's Adam Brand. Now puck comes to the near side of the net. Wheatley hustles back, and he'll pick up a head of steam as he moves it along the right wing boards. Wheatley carries into the zone. Right wing tries to go around the defender, and a nice defensive breakup back there by Cheltenham's Matt Chola.
Nice job by Chola, because that's what Wheatley likes to do. He likes to get the head of steam coming up into the zone. Then he tries to jump around the check and carry the puck through the defender's legs or around the defender's body. But a nice job by Chola. He knocked the puck down. He didn't play the body. He played the puck and was able to clear it out of the zone.
Pennridge shot from just center ice, sticked aside nicely, that time by Connolly. Panthers now will try to clear it, kept in there by Wheatley on the far side. Back to the point, slap shot, bouncer in front, blocked inside the face-off circle. Trying to get a shot on, and a score! Unbelievable play, and it looks like it might have been their Freed, I don't know. On Wheatley. Wheatley involved in the play. And we'll have to
Gunning was also involved. Right there's the goal scorer. A nice job by him, and it looks like it's going to be number 16. It's Andy Freed, 66. Andy Freed gets the goal, assists to Gunning and Wheatley, and that's just as the penalty was expiring.
So I guess they'll credit that as a power play goal, and that is unbelievable. As persistence has paid off for Pennridge Rams, and they go up 1-0. And I believe in this series, this might have been the first time that they've ever held the lead. Game 2, after going down 12-2 to the Cheltenham Panthers in Game 1, all of a sudden, the Rams of Pennridge have come to play with a different look in Game 2. They are up 1-0.
And let's see what that does to the Cheltenham squad, maybe to wake them up a little bit here. Not that they've been asleep playing badly, but you know, they just haven't been able to put anything away so far into the net because Cordisco's come up big, and you know, Pennridge has played solid defense, but now they trail for the first time in the series. Let's see if it gives them a little bit of a spark.
Here comes Wheatley taking on a trio of defenders, tries to go around him as the puck now is checked into the boards. He's got a good size, but man, he is taken down to the ice by Rob Swift. The whistle follows up, and I would not be surprised if a penalty is called.
I think Pennridge is going to go back on the man advantage. I think they're going to call Swift for holding, because all he did on that play was he just manhandled Wheatley against the boards and held him against the boards. He's either going to get interference or he's going to get a holding penalty. I'm not sure which they're going to call, but he's going to go off for at least 2 minutes, and Pennridge again goes to the power play.
So once again, the aggressive pursuit offensively pays off for Pennridge in the way of another opportunity, a power play opportunity, which, as Greg just mentioned a few moments earlier, they were able to capitalize just as it expired and take advantage, and now they lead the game 1-0, and they'll have the power play for the next 2 minutes. Now
they're not putting a penalty up. I think he may have just gotten a 10-minute misconduct. They may have just given him a 10-minute unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. No power play time and no man off the ice penalty. That's just a personal foul type penalty on the player, Swift, and that will not cost them any penalty box time.
Panthers now control at center ice, spun around and upended is Elefant. Now we're going to have a penalty. It's going to be called against Pennridge. Now that one did not seem to be intentional to me, and it was just Mike Elefant trying to take on 2 or 3 Pennridge defenders and just happened to get his foot caught on one of the pursuers' stick. He's upended, and the official's there to make the call.
I think Tom Engler got his stick around the waist or inside the legs accidentally. He takes Elefant to the ice, and the referee sees him go down, calls the penalty, and just as we thought Pennridge was going to be on the power play, now they're shorthanded, and Cheltenham a chance to come back and top this thing up.
Okay, so we're approaching 8 minutes left to go in the second period. It's the Rams of Pennridge holding on to 1-0 lead. They had their work cut out for them. They are now trying to kill off the third penalty of the game, the first of the second period. And here comes the Panthers. Cheltenham carrying down the left wing, trying to go, a centering right in the crease area. The puck is loose. Cheltenham can't get it. Cordisco can't get it, and a nice clear on the near side. Slapper high and wide. And I'll tell you, it was Ian Swartley coming in to save the day as poor Nick Cordisco was outstretched. He had his hands on one post, but the puck was at the other post, and he was scattering his feet trying to kick it out. And Ian Swartley came in and saved the day, cleared the puck out, but a slap shot by the Panthers at the zone went high over the glass into the net, forcing a face-off just outside the Rams' blue line.
Nice job again by Cordisco to hold the post on the near side, not give him anything to shoot at, makes the initial save, and then a big scramble, and his defense again bails him out, putting the rebound out of trouble.
Trevor Jones doing a nice job clearing the puck out of the zone. And talk about confidence. They've done it twice before in tonight's game. This is the third penalty of the game. Pennridge now trying to kill off. Puck is controlled by Mike Roman. Roman simply just bats it back into the zone. Good zone coverage here by the Rams of Pennridge with a man-down situation. Cheltenham trying to get organized in front of their own net, carrying the puck out to center ice. They carry it into the zone, trying to go around a defender. Roman holds his ground, keeps it along the near side forwards, and on the play, Smith. Smith goes back to the point. Here comes a flick shot, deflected just wide on the near side. Puck is loose again. Panthers control. Pass comes behind the net to Weinstein. He's wrap around, and a great save by Nick Cordisco as he just goes down, keeps his face forward, and wraps his right leg around that far post, getting there before Weinstein was able to slide it on underneath him. Nice. Talk about a good understanding of what was about to happen behind the net.
Well, he saw him coming around, knew he wasn't going to be able to get over with the stick to block it off, so he goes over, hugs the post with his pad, and as you mentioned, he hooked his inside leg inside the post, so there's no way to get stuffed in there. That's just good goaltending by Cordisco. He's been on fire tonight. He's been very sharp tonight, and thus the scoreboard reads 0 so far for Cheltenham through almost a period and a half of hockey.
That's right. So far, Nicky Cordisco and company holding on to a well-deserved shutout here.
I'll tell you what, it's Drew Kaufman, the big guy for Cheltenham, has been standing right in front of the net here on this power play and almost got a tip-in goal before the wraparound shot by Weinstein.
Yeah, and obviously he has a major size advantage. And hey, if you're the Panthers, you want to position him exactly in that spot, right in the slot area. You want him to clog things up. You want him to be a target man, and of course you want him to also play the screen role. And it's really giving the Pennridge defense a real challenge. There's a fan on the shot from the point, deflected in front, a bouncing puck. Oh! And it looks like there was a quick whistle that might have saved Nick Cordisco, as it looked like Nick initially had it, and then somehow the puck kind of squirted out.
Well, as Kaufman got a stick on it, knocked it loose as Cordisco went to cover up, but the referee is supposed to blow the whistle when he loses sight of the puck. He lost sight of it when Cordisco put his glove down, And what happened? The referee blew his whistle, but the puck came loose, but a little bit too late for Cheltenham.
Jared Lapp with it clearing the puck to center ice, and back comes Cheltenham with a 3-on-2. They try to go around the defender, and a good follow-up read there, and it looks like a penalty might be coming up. Bryant's upended, nothing called, and now we have a whistle.
Good work by Dave Bryant. He recovered nicely. He got beat on the play by Smith coming in, but he was able to come back with his stick, tie up the stick of Smith, knock the puck into the corner, then good hustle over there, and he draws the penalty as he's taken down to the ice. That'll negate the final 7 seconds of the Cheltenham power play, and it'll put Pennridge back on the man advantage for a little over a minute and 50 seconds.
6:15 left to go in the second period. The Rams of Pennridge holding on to a 1-0 lead. And good defensive work as Cheltenham now has to begin to feel a little bit frustrated, not able to capitalize on some of these power play opportunities. And the Rams of Pennridge continue to play inspired hockey.
They're now on the power play as that penalty has expired against them, and Tim Gunning comes out on the ice to make it a 5-on-4 Pennridge advantage.
Bryant flicks it into the zone, hustles into the left wing board corner, holds on to it, looks for Wheatley, gets it, tries to get it back to him. It's kept in there by the Panther defense. Both players go down, nothing called. The play continues. Oh, Wheatley can't keep it in at the point. Hustling back there, Pennridge will regroup in their own zone. Jared Lapp bounces it off the right wing boards, controlled on the far side. Pennridge now, Wheatley at center ice, tries to get things under control. Simple pass back to Bryant, a backhander inside to Freed. Freed carries over at the left point, winds up, fires a shot just wide, or actually into the glove hand, and dumped out nicely by Connolly. Connolly making it look so easy, so in control of that area around his net. Of course, didn't have much of a screen in front of him as that shot was released from the left point.
Yeah, and he comes up with a save, and I'll tell you what, Pennridge wants to play tomorrow night. And we talked about it before the game. First round of the Tier 3 and of all the rounds was total goals.
Right.
If this were a total goal series, Pennridge would be playing for nothing but pride right now because they would have no chance. But this is a best of 3. If they win tonight, they play game 3 tomorrow and a chance to move on to the state playoffs with a win tomorrow if they can win tonight.
Mike Roman takes a bouncer right off the face-off, and into the far corner is Freed. Freed takes a hit. The puck is still up for grabs. Trying to clear the zone. It's kept in nicely there by Trevor Jones. Followed up Wheatley, a quick slapper right on. A shot. Rebound is loose along the near side. Hustling onto it now, Tim Gunning. Not a puck. Panthers trying to clear it as they kept in at the point. Here's a bouncer right into the slot area. Panthers come out, another slap shot from the point just wide. A flick, score! Wheatley on the rebound off the shot from the point of Trevor Jones.
And there again, Johnny on the spot, another power play goal for the Rams. They're up 2-0. And what happened? Jones' shot gets through. It goes wide of the net, but a weird carom off those backboards. And we've seen a couple of weird bounces off those boards in games we've done here so far this year. Wheatley right there on the post is able to tap it home for the second goal of the game for Pennridge, his first of this series. And now all of a sudden, the Rams on top 2-0.
Wow, I'll tell you, we take a look back at game 1. Scoring by periods, the Rams only came away with 2 goals for the entire game as we got a timeout called on the ice with 4:51 left to go in the second period. But, Greg, it was Pennridge getting 1 goal in the first period in game 1, no goals in the second period, and then 1 goal in the third period in game 1. Tonight, they've really now exploded offensively for 2 big goals, taking advantage of power play opportunities here in the second period, and we've got just under 5 minutes left to go.
Yeah, and the Rams only had 13 shots in that first game and only 1 in the second period. So it's very tough to score when you only get 1 shot in the period. Not a whole lot of shots again tonight, but they've made them count, and they've gotten a lot better scoring opportunities. The first goal, really a fluke goal that just somehow slides over the red line on a little rebound mix-up in front. Freed got a stick on it, was able to just tap it by Conley. It goes into the net, and then now a weird carom off the boards, and Wheatley right there able to knock it home for a goal. And Pennridge has to have a lot of confidence right now. They're up 2-0. They're getting great goaltending from Cordisco, and they're thinking about playing tomorrow night for game 3.
That's right. They still got a lot of hockey left. 4:51 here in the second period, and a whole 15 minutes on the third period. So obviously the Panthers of Cheltenham, they had to finish the job tonight, and things have not been going their way, although they have played pretty well as well. And it's just a matter of Pennridge now playing perhaps slightly over their heads, but that does happen, and that's why we play the games.
Yeah, Pennridge, a very dominant defensive effort in game 2 of the Central Bucks West series that we had here on SCT, and they just played a very good, solid defensive game, clamped down, posted a 4-0 shutout win in that one, and they're playing that same sort of defense again here tonight.
All of a sudden now, the Pennridge Rams begin to throw their body weight around. Here comes an opportunity, a shot, pad, save, right up the slot, a rebound, follow-up, blocked up nicely in there by Tim Gunning. Another shot cleared by Trevor Jones. Puck kept back in play, and things starting to happen in front of the Pennridge net, but it's the Rams defense coming around with a rally to clear those loose pucks out of the zone.
Yeah, Lucas Glass, big shot from the slot, big opportunity, 1-on-none against the goaltender, and Cordisco again made him decide where he was shooting before. He didn't give him anything to shoot at and just goes out and makes a big pad save to keep this a 2-goal lead for the Rams.
Puck cleared the zone by Mike Roman off the right wing boards. Now the puck is cleared out to center ice. Cheltenham trying to get control. Roman now goes at it with Glass, and the puck is cleared back into the Panthers zone. On the puck is Rob Swift. Kept in at the point. Here comes a shot, a wind-up. Oh, and a goalie taken down. Nothing called on the play, but good pressure on Connolly. His view was completely blocked. Fortunately for Cheltenham, the shot was wide. Here come the Panthers. They get a shot right on. A shot is wide on the near side. Rebound, follow-up, centered in the slot area. Cleared nicely in there by Haberly as he came back to follow up and make the play.
Yeah, I'll tell you, great concentration by Connolly. He had a shot coming in on him, and he also had, I believe it was Mika Snyder, being knocked into him by one of his defensemen, and Snyder jumped right on top of him.
Great individual effort there by Zach Hofstein, taking the puck from center ice, beating out the defenders and firing wide. Here come the Panthers again. A backhander shot. He does the splits, and another save by Cordisco off a shot by Mike Elefant.
Yeah. Cheltenham's really turned up the pressure right now, Florian.
Here's Goldfarb on the near side, inside the face-off circle. Backhand is a quick one-time shot, stick save, and Cordisco holds on for the rebound. And now Cheltenham in the last minute and a half has unleashed about 10 consecutive shots. That last shot off the stick of Mike Schrag, who in game one had 2 scores.
But again, Cordisco standing on his head. And a hot goalie in the playoffs can carry a long way for you. And we've seen it in the NHL. We've seen it at every level. And right now, Nick Cordisco, a hot goaltender, he's seeing the puck very well and making the big save when he has to.
Wheatley goes, knocks the face off, a slapper on the point, and a glove handled nicely by Nick Cordisco. Didn't take any chances, was looking to see if there was an opportunity to drop it, realized that the Panthers were closing in on him, says, nope, we'll do the face off again.
A little bit of a screen, but again, good concentration. Kept his eye on the puck, followed it all the way into his glove.
Wheatley and Elefant. Wheatley knocks it, quick shot from the point. And once again, the shot is right on the net. Cordisco stays on his feet. Then as the rebound skirts away, he falls and smothers it before any of the blue jerseys get any kind of wood on it.
Yeah, that time he gave up a little bit of a rebound, but nice job by Jared Lapp to tie up the wing out in front there in the slot.
Repeat of the last play, shot from the point. That time had a little zing on it, wide of the far post, and now the puck rebounds all the way down to the Panthers' end, and hustling back there's Greg Schmidt. Schmidt tries to get it out to center ice, he does. Puck intended for the left wing. Elefant's going to race right into it. He is checked off the play nicely by Bryant. Bryant having a real strong night, as most of his teammates are, and that's why they're in front 2-0. The Panthers keep it in at the left point as both teams try to muscle the puck loose and finally clear it to center ice by the Rams. Panthers control, they flick it off the boards. Elefant has it just outside the blue line, now carries over in the slot area, tied up by one defender, tries to get position to get the shot off, left wing boards, gets the pass inside to Goldfarb. He has it stolen away there by Lapp. Lapp has 2 offensive players, forechecking, Lapp going at it. He's at a size disadvantage against Goldfarb. They both go down, the puck is loose. And now on the near side, hustling onto it is Wheatley. Wheatley steers it along the right wing boards, and a hard check delivered, and trying to clear it is Brad Arcade. Arcade is tied up, has some help from Lapp, and now we've got a whistle, and it'll be a face-off just to the right of Nick Cordisco, with about a minute 25 left to go on the second period. And man, if the Pennridge Rams can hold on for the next minute 25, and they look at that scoreboard and they're up 2-0 with just 15 minutes left to go in regulation, they've got to say to themselves, hey guys, we can do it.
Yeah, they got to be very pleased with their effort so far, especially defensively. They're allowing Pennridge to get it, or Cheltenham to enter the zone by skating the puck in instead of dumping and chasing. But once they get in near the circles, they're attacking the puck, and they're putting 2 and 3 men on people and putting the body on people too to break up plays.
Tim Gunning knocks the face-off out to center ice. Cheltenham bats it back in, and finally Trevor Jones knocks it back the other way. Gunning now fires it along the left wing boards. It'll circle around, getting back there for the Panthers, Matt Cheltenham. Cheltenham now flicks it up as the Panthers build up the attack in the neutral zone. Flicking it in. Now trying to get the slot area cleared by Jones nicely, and it's going to be picked up in there by Roman. Roman goes to the right wing, as now Pennridge trying to maintain possession. The puck gets loose. Here comes a quick 2-on-1 for Cheltenham. Intended pass goes over the stick. Now it's going to be a quick shot from the point, right on in low, and hugging that near side post like he should be. Nick Cordisco, he goes down low, and he is sure to not give away a rebound as he smothers that puck right on the first shot with 42 seconds left to go in the second period. Pennridge holding on to a 2-0 lead.
Yeah, Andy Weinstein had a chance to come in here on a break opportunity with that 2-on-1, but the pass not on the ice. It bounced over his stick and then didn't have a chance to get a shot off.
Roman can't clear the zone, and here's a pass with two Panthers unmarked in front of the slot area. Another screen shot on the near side. Cordisco coming out, holding that. Now we've got a whistle, and we'll see what might have happened, but Nick Cordisco doing everything he can. That time, Cheltenham had two attacking players just outside the crease, no white defensive jerseys around them, and they just couldn't get in a position to pull the trigger and shoot the puck. But it was Nick Cordisco, once again, taking total control of that entire goalmouth area.
Yeah, well, Smith tried to walk out in front for a wraparound, and Cordisco just took it off of his stick and stole it away with his stick and glove and covers up for the faceoff.
Reach out and grab it. Off the face-off, Bryant tries to clear it. It's kept in by the Panthers. Weinstein with a backhander wide on the near side. Follow-up, Smith centering. Good defensive block in front by Bryant. Bryant controls, tries to clear it out to Wheatley. Wheatley now can't make the block. Bryant blocks the shot. 9 seconds left to go in the second period. Good pressure there by Weinstein. Great forechecking, actually. He'll tie the puck up and force a face-off with just 3 seconds left to go in the second period. And the Panthers can't believe it as the scoreboard is in their face. They're trailing 2-0, 2 power play goals as they're heading towards the third and final period of regulation in Game 2 of the best of 3, Tier 3, Suburban High School Ice Hockey Playoffs. Puck is loose, and that is it. At the end of 2, the Rams of Pennridge are surprising the Panthers of Cheltenham by a score of 2-0. Don't go away. 15 minutes left of exciting high school ice hockey action coming up right after these few words on your home for Suburban High School Hockey Playoff Action, SCT. The story, the SCT Sports Scoreboard, the third period about to get underway. Pennridge in front of Cheltenham 2-0. Florian Kemp along with Greg Betts. And Greg, once again, we're not disappointed. Another very entertaining and exciting Suburban Ice Hockey League playoff action.
Yeah, great game. And folks, if you want a copy of this, VHS copies of this and all other SCT sporting events are available by calling 345-5154. That's Monday through Friday during normal business hours. You see the hours there on your screen. 345-5154. You get a copy of this exciting hockey game.
Panthers moving from left to right on your screen. They have the power play for the next 2 minutes. They are trailing the Rams of Pennridge by a score of 2-0 as Lapp now tries to clear the puck out of the zone. He kicks it over to the near side, and Wheatley's going to get there. Wheatley's going to hold on to it. Nice cut inside, loses control, but a nice follow-up, and the puck is cleared the length of the ice.
Dangerous play there by Wheatley. He tried to skate through, tried to make a move on a defender, and the puck came off the stick and rolled to the slot there. But again, Bryant, giant in the spot, he's a solid defenseman. He's there to pick up his teammate and clear the puck out of danger.
Bryant driven into the boards there by Jason Brennan. Centering pass back into the slot area. Wind up, a shot just wide on the near side, and that was Zach Hopstein. Here's another follow-up rebound coming from the left wing. That time shot high over the net. Rebound loose. Hopstein waiting at the right point. The puck is controlled. Now he has it. Now it's finally cleared by Pennridge. Good clear, as now we're going to have a penalty called against the Panthers. So, again, Greg, hustle pays off in a big way for the Rams by way of another opportunity.
Just a nice play by Bryant. Didn't clear it initially, but goes to the boards, bangs, takes the puck away, and as he's clearing it, he's pulled down from behind by a Cheltenham defender. That defender will go to the box. I believe it's Elephant going to the box for a 2-minute hooking call. And that, not only does he clear the puck out of danger, but the whistle doesn't blow to signal the penalty until Conley comes out and stops the puck, then a penalty, so a face-off in the Pennridge offensive zone.
Well, Pennridge also should be complimented on their work ethic. Their hustle has paid off, and here's a quick shot by Wheatley right off the face-off. Sticked aside nicely by Connolly, and there Jones can't keep it in. Racing down is Nate Smith back in the game. Here comes a follow-up pass there by Cholin. Cholin now clears it, and it was going to be called for an icing call, as now the play will come back just to the left of Matt Connolly. 13:49 left to go in regulation. Both teams now skating with 4 skaters for the next 49 seconds. And then after that, for I would say about 57 seconds, the power play will go to the Pennridge Rams.
You saw in that last face-off the great ability of Chris Wheatley. He took the shot right off the draw, tried it again right there.
Good block there that time by Smith. Cholin clears it, and a follow-up now by Mike Schrade. Schrade carries now left of the slot area. Great defensive play. What a great sweep check they call that, as that puck was just driven right off of his stick.
A nice job by Trevor Jones to come back. He couldn't keep the puck in at the point, but he did a nice job of coming back and making the sweep check.
Myers now slides it to the far side. It's going to be called icing. Now it's waved off on the play. It's Pennridge regroups, and the all-forecheck. Cheltenham almost coughs the puck up. It's now deflected off the left wing boards. Defensive clear in there by Myers, followed up nicely by the Rams. Hustling back there now is Weinstein. Actually, it's Nate Smith. Smith carries up the left wing, carries over the center ice, looks for help, cuts inside, tries to go through the legs, and a nice defensive play by Pennridge.
Yeah, the Rams had a chance for an odd man rush there. Gunning came out of the penalty box just as they were breaking out, but I don't believe the puck carrier saw him, and he ended up losing the puck at center ice.
Pennridge on the power play now for the next 40 seconds as they try to control. They are in the lead, 2-0. On goals by Freed and Wheatley. Here's a weak shot just wide from center ice. Rebound's going to be picked up on the far side by Arcade. Arcade now tries to control it. Now it's off the stick of Bryant, and here comes a break. Nate Smith will carry down the right wing. He tries to cut inside. Great defensive play by Lapp. Forces the puck loose. Bryant follows up and circles the puck along the left wing boards. Great defensive recovery again by Pennridge, but the Panthers showing how dangerous they are in the man-down situation.
Now they ice the puck while on the power play. A couple seconds left on the power play, but Arcade, instead of taking an extra stride or two to get over the red line, bangs it off the boards and all the way down, thus an icing call against the Rams, and gives Cheltenham a chance to kill off the rest of this penalty in their offensive zone with a face-off to the right, or to the left of Nick Cordisco.
So Cheltenham now taking advantage of the opportunity. We see 5 seconds left to go, and I see 5 skaters. Now one will come to the bench for the Panthers. Getting in position for the face-off is Jason Brennan. Cheltenham now, quick shot, weak off the draw. Cordisco holding on to it, not taking any chances. Cordisco very sharp, very aware, very much aware of the pressure that he's been under in this game. He has had a spectacular game, and there's no question that his performance tonight has solely had a major impact in his team's effort. It's been a solid team effort by the Rams. That's why they're still protecting that shutout, and they have 2 goals to their credit.
Yeah, he came up big early on, kept them in this game until his offense was able to come through with a couple of goals in the second period.
Backhand shot by the Panthers is wide, and that time Cordisco did the splits, and out come the Rams on the far side, carrying down the left wing. We'll carry it into the zone, and we're going to have an offsides, and it looks like it might have been Mika Snyder, just a little bit anxious as he crossed that blue line, and racing down the left side was Matt Haberly.
Yeah, well, Haberly came over, and I think you're right, Snyder in a step too early, but I think he got pulled in by one of the defensemen from Cheltenham who was coming down at the same time. He pulled him in, seeing it would be an offside situation. Heads-up defensive play by the Panther defenseman.
So the face-off will come just outside the Cheltenham blue line. Haberly gets it. Now the puck is tapped back there. Got a quick whistle again.
I think it's going to be offsides once again.
But it seemed like puck was deflected off a Panther skate back. However, we'll see what the call is. The official's there. He makes the call. They'll redo it again. It'll be Haberly and Jason Brennan going at it. Brennan bats it out to center ice, and a quick play nicely by Jones to the left wing boards. The Panthers will regroup. They steer it around behind their own net to the far side. Puck's going to be kept in at the point. Rams deflected back into the near side corner. Hustling onto it now. Good check delivered back there by Brennan. And the puck is now picked up out there by Hofstein. Hofstein carries it down the left wing, tries to go inside, has the puck nicely driven off a stick by Matt Haberle. And it's picked up. Here comes Weinstein. He cuts inside, and Weinstein now draws a penalty just as he tries to cut inside, goes over a Ram stick. And now a power play will be given to the Cheltenham Panthers.
And Cordisco on the defense is going to be called upon once again here on another man advantage for Cheltenham. And I'll tell you what, Cheltenham has all night tried to get their offense going by skating over the blue line, puck handling with their defensemen and trying to set up once they get into the zone. But I'll tell you what, the Rams have done a nice job now here late in the second and early in the third period of standing up at the blue line, not allowing them to skate the puck in. And Cheltenham might be a little better off if they try to dump it into the corners and forecheck and work in the corners to try and free something up, especially here on the power play.
In game one, we had a total of 10 goals scored in 2 periods. And here in game 2, we've only had 2 goals scored in a period, total of 2 periods. So a quick shot right off the face-off. Cordisco once again comes up with another big save.
And, you know, as we mentioned, as this game goes on, the longer Pennridge stays in front, the more they think they can win it, and they get a lot more confidence. They've got to be very confident right now.
Quick shot by Smith off the face-off, trying to sneak it on the near side. Cordisco makes the save, can't hold on to the rebound. Here comes a shot by Cholin from the points, deflected nicely in front by Lapp. Lapp gets his stick on it, now he tries to clear it, and he's taken down in the face from behind, and it looks like a stick went right to his face. And the official there to make the call, I would expect a penalty on that particular call.
Yeah, he got hit from behind. I don't know if they're going to call a penalty on Cheltenham, and thus that negates their man advantage once again. It's going to put Pennridge on the power play. And what that will also do is it just kills more time off the clock for the Rams as they have the lead. They're interested in scoring, but they're also interested in taking time off that clock. And anytime they can have the man advantage and just, take their time, move the puck around and take seconds off that clock, that's something they want to do.
So both teams will skate with 4 skaters, and then when the penalty expires on Pennridge, they will have the power play for 19 seconds as the puck is cleared. And now things starting to get physically a little more aggressive between the 2 teams.
And this is a situation you got to be very wary of guys like Andrew Weinstein, and you have Lapp out there, you have Ian Swartley out there, and if Wheatley comes on the ice, because there's a lot of open ice 4-on-4. This is an offensive player's dream. A lot of open ice, not as many players on the ice, and a lot more room to maneuver and get some good scoring opportunities. So in a 4-on-4 situation, you got to watch out for the skill players right now.
Andrew Weinstein has got to be feeling somewhat frustrated tonight, coming away with 4 goals in game 1. Rams have done a nice job of taking him out of tonight's contest. Here's a shot from center ice, blocked nicely as the Rams dig it out along the right wing boards. A nice defensive play back there by Weinstein to try to cough the puck up. It's loose. Panthers regain possession of it. They move it along the right side. Matt Cholin on it. Cholin at center ice, carries over to the right point area, heads to the right wing boards, holds onto it, now steers it behind the Rams net, and a fan on the clear by Lapp. Smith pokes at it. As the Panthers now, Smith will get there. He has it on the far side, gets it right up, and a great defensive clear. Here's a shot blocked by a defender in front, so good pressure there by the Panthers, and responding to that pressure defensively, some heads-up play by the Rams of Pennridge.
Well, their defense, again, doing the job, clearing people out in front, blocking shots out high, and not putting all the pressure on Cordisco to win this game for them.
Right wing pass controlled at the point, a hard check delivered, and a Ram player tied up, and we've got 2 bodies going in front of the bench. We see a shot delivered to the head, nothing called, and hustling out. They got a delayed penalty going to be called now against Pennridge, and obviously the official caught that fist that was headed towards the head of Mike Schrey. So things really getting a little feisty here in the third period. We've got 9:38 left to go in the game, and we're going to have a second penalty now assessed to Pennridge.
Roughing call on Ian Swartley there. You see him in the box, a little frustrated, got banged along the boards there right in front of the Cheltenham bench in retaliation after he thought the referee had turned his back and started going down following the puck, but he didn't turn his back that quickly. Saw the punch from Swartley. 2 minutes in the box now. A lot of open ice with a 4-on-3 for the next 25 seconds.
So penalties starting to become the story here of the third period. We've got a lot of action left. 9.5 minutes left to go. Pennridge holding on to a 2-0 lead. They are down 4 skaters to 3. 12, 10 seconds. If they can hold off, they'll have another skater coming out to equal things up. And smartly, Cordisco holds on to the rebound off the boards behind the net, forcing another face-off in the zone.
And again, nice job by Pennridge. They have Bryant behind to chase, and their other two defenders, when the puck was behind the net, were right on either post, not allowing that pass to come into the slot area. If they were going to pass it out, it had to go to a wing, and then the defenseman would be able to regroup.
6 seconds. Pennridge then will have a fourth skater. Then both teams will skate 4-on-4 for about 15 seconds. And then for about 1:25, Cheltenham Panthers will have the power play advantage and try to get their first score on the board. Now the Rams clear the zone. They work it down the left wing side, skating towards center ice. They try to open things up. Now both teams with 4 skaters. Actually, the power play now for the Panthers. It's 5-on-4. The Panthers control behind their own net, working out of Zach Hofstein. Hofstein, he can fly and he can handle the puck. He carries it, tries to cut inside, loses possession, and Bryant will follow up with a clear for Pennridge. Kept in the zone by Cheltenham. They try to steer along the near side. The puck is loose for a second and finally cleared back out to center ice. But once again, some good, intense pressure in the Pennridge slot area right in front of Nick Cordisco.
A nice job by Wheatley on the initial rush to stand up at the blue line and take on the skater, knock the puck loose into the corner, and then Pennridge unable to clear, which gave Cheltenham the opportunity to get a shot off, and then on the following clear by Bryant, the puck off a stick up into the roof area here, hits the roof, which is a dead puck and a stoppage in play, and the face-off just inside the blue line in the Pennridge defensive zone.
Panthers will have 51 seconds with the man advantage. We've got 8:29 left to go in the game. Lots of time to get back into the scoring groove for the Panthers. They've got to be trusted. There's a shot from the right point blocked by a defender in front. And back comes Wheatley. He winds up, cranks one, and Matt Connolly, like a first baseman, handles it nicely, now clears it to the right wing boards. As the Panthers start the attack, Weinstein, he has been shut out tonight. Clears it down the right wing, simple basic pass, good stick work on the far side, nice defensive break up there by Lapp.
Yeah, nice job once again by Pennridge to stand up at the blue line, and they're going to force Cheltenham to dump and chase and work in the corners. They feel they're out-muscling and outplaying them in the corners so far tonight, and if they want Cheltenham to win this game, they feel they're going to have to be outworked in the corners.
Wheatley, nice clear as he deflects it off the right wing boards. The puck rebounds all the way down to the far side, forcing Connolly to come out. About 4 seconds left to go on the man advantage, and that'll just about do it. Both teams at full strength, but it's Cheltenham on the attack, cutting inside. Oh, and a shot. It might have been blocked by Lapp in front, but Cordisco went down, anticipating the shot coming right on the near side post.
I'll tell you what, Jared Lapp has played very well on defense tonight for Pennridge. He comes up with a big stop there so that Cordisco didn't have to come up and make the big spectacular save.
Matt Cholin races around for the Panthers, trying to loosen things up, and it's Lapp again with the check. Puck is loose along the left wing boards, and finally the Rams clear it down to the Panther zone. Approaching 7 minutes left to go, and all of a sudden now the clock becomes the 6th attacker for Pennridge against the Panthers as they try to get things going. Here's Nate Smith hustling down the left wing, tries to cut, can't control the puck, has it again, fires a shot, the rebound is loose right in the slot area, and Pennridge is going to make the clear, but nice stick work by Nate Smith.
Yeah, nice job by Smith to get off the shot, but again, Cordisco comes up big, gave up the rebound, but his defense bails him out once again, clearing out the slot.
And we're going to have a tripping penalty called against Mike Roman. It's going to be a delayed call as he upended Wes Myers, and to me it was an unintentional, but the official was right there, and the advantage clearly in favor of Pennridge, so another penalty called against Pennridge. They have been very unlucky with the penalties being called against them here in the third period.
Well, intentional or not a good play by Mike Roman. You're in your offensive zone, you have a 2-goal lead with about 6.5 minutes left in the game, and you're looking to play a game 3. You don't want to keep giving an offensive team like Cheltenham, who has a lot of scorers who can put the puck in the net, more opportunities with the man advantage. They've done it again right here, and Cheltenham really has to score on this power play if they want to come back and win this game.
4th penalty of the period called against Pennridge, 6th of the game, and they have held Cheltenham scoreless. Here's some nice work just in front, lays the puck nicely in front, and that was Zach Hofstein. Nobody there to tap it in or at least get a shot on it. And now the offsides, delayed offsides called as Cheltenham having difficulty trying to keep the puck in the zone.
Yeah, they did a nice job of just getting it outside the line, and Cheltenham dumps it back in, which is an advantage to Pennridge because they have to clear the zone to wave off that offside call. and it allows Pennridge to just control the puck and send it all the way down to kill off more time on this penalty.
About a minute 15 left in the penalty, 5:45 left to go in the game. Cheltenham trying to get things going offensively. Good break up there by Trevor Jones. The puck scoots back into the zone. A clear by Bryant goes high off the sideboard, and it'll be a face-off just outside the blue line of Pennridge with 5:41 left to go in the game. 68 seconds left on the Cheltenham power play. Man, have they got to be frustrated tonight.
Well, we talked about the nice job that Jared Lapp has done on defense for Pennridge tonight. You also could say the exact same thing about a couple other guys. Dave Bryant has been all over the place. A great, solid, steady defensive effort tonight. And Mike Roman's played very well on defense also. And Trevor Jones has come up with some big plays and good, solid defense. Their defensemen have really carried them. It's been defense and goaltending so far tonight for the Rams.
Matt Haberly doing a nice job also on the face-offs as well. Now the puck is cleared. And I'll tell you, it's been impressive. The penalties, the penalty killing for Pennridge has just been absolutely impressive. Great hockey, and it's amazing if he can put it together for 3 periods. But here comes Cheltenham, Nate Smith trying to get things going. Puck is broken up nicely, and it's kept in play at center ice there by the Panthers. They fire it down the right side. On the play now is Elefant. Elefant centering pass is broken up by Bryant. He regains recovery, exchanges passes with Smith. Smith has it again, and Bryant pokes it loose on the far side. Pennridge is going to get there first. They hold, and they do clear it out to center ice as Wes Myers couldn't hold on to it. Here comes a shot deflected off a defenseman's stick, and that is Gunning. Gunning driven into the boards on the far side, hustling onto it now is Freed. Freed has it knocked away and hustling back onto it for the Rams. Tim Gunning just pokes it back into the zone. We've got 4 seconds left to go, and Cheltenham now finally able to bring it out of their zone. Nate Smith at center ice tries to go around. He goes to the right wing, tries to go around one defender. He does. He carries it into the near side, backhands it right in, and Cordisco able to keep it out, but Smith has it, goes back to the point again. Here's Cholin. Cholin fires a bouncer right in, and that looked like that was going to give Cordisco some trouble. And he was able to hold on and come up with a save, but some good pressure, good, quick, counter-attacking, crisp passing on both sides of the slot area, and a dangerously bouncing shot. It seemed initially, Greg, that it was going to be harmless, but nonetheless, it looked like Nick Cordisco had a little bit of trouble handling that, but once again, he put the security blanket, put that glove right on it, and smothered it before it could create any kind of commotion.
Right, and then as he put the glove down, Smith comes in with a little poke check to try and knock it loose after the whistle had blown. One of the Pennridge defenders didn't like it too much and had a couple of words for Smith in the corner after he chased him down.
Hustling it into the corners, Jason Brennan again. Brennan checked off the play, centers it right out in front. That time the shot was wide, and Panthers going to have regained possession again. They turn around, a quick slapper, bounce, stick handled nicely, and cleared to center ice by the Rams. Rams now try to follow up on the play, and they're going to have an offsides as Tommy Angler, happened to be out of position just a little bit ahead of the puck, and following up nicely was Mika Snyder.
Well, it's going to be very interesting now to see what Cheltenham does. When do they decide to pull the goalie? Remember, they've got to score twice to tie this thing up. We're under 4 minutes left in this game. They've had great pressure all night on Nick Cordisco, who's come up with some big, big saves, but the defense has also bailed him out a couple of times. You'd have to think with about 2 minutes left, they may look to pull the goaltender.
Well, Pennridge has done a great job of killing the penalties off, and they certainly had more called against them than Cheltenham. And you look at that scoreboard, they've got under 4 minutes, 3:47 left to go. They're up 2-0. If those legs are heavy at all, psychologically, Pennridge can be feeling no pain.
Yeah, I think the legs are a little heavy. We saw it on that last power play where Pennridge had a little bit more speed, a little bit more aggressiveness, a little bit more spring in their step, and Cheltenham, you know, they came into this game thinking they're going to walk in, win the championship after their first game of this series where they won by 10 goals. It's been an entirely different game altogether tonight, and Pennridge is about 3.5 minutes away from evening this thing up at a game apiece.
Wheatley on the draw against Brennan, kept in play by the Rams. Now the puck is loose, and now we're going to have a penalty, and that's going to be a tough one. That's going to be called against Tom Angler. It's going to give the advantage to Cheltenham. And quickly, Matt Connolly gets off the ice, the 6th attacker. The Panthers able to get a shot. And once again, it was Nick Cordisco coming up with a save. But once again, I should say one of those cheap penalties. You just don't want to give a team that offensively has the turnaround capability that a Cheltenham Panther organization has, the advantage of not only an extra man, but they could also conceivably pull the goaltender and have 2 extra men and finally hammer one in. And just a few moments earlier, we were looking at the clock saying there's not that much time left, but when you're at a 2-man disadvantage with 3:22 or 3:32 left to go in the game, that begins to say, wait a minute, there's a lot can happen in that time.
Well, very big now for Cheltenham to try and get one in the first minute of this power play. That would give them 2.5 minutes left in the game, and then that's a chance where you can pull the goalie with about a minute and a half left, keep them in there for an extra minute in the net, where you can't give up the empty net goal.
Zach Hofstein fires one along the ice, blocked in front, rebound backhander wide on the near side, picked up by Weinstein. Weinstein tries the wraparound. Cordisco is there. We've got the whistle, and Cordisco has been sharp. The entire game has showed no lapses whatsoever.
Great play there by Mike Roman. After the initial shot, I believe it was Aaron Silverman, camped out on the doorstep there by the post, and Roman ties him up until they were able to knock that rebound out of the slot area. If he doesn't tie him up, Silverman has an easy empty net goal right there.
It'll be a face-off just outside the Pennridge blue line, and on the play it'll be Nate Smith for the Panthers.
Got a good look at Nick Cordisco there a moment ago, and he's been the MVP of this game tonight so far for Pennridge.
Smith and Haverly waved out in favor of Weinstein. Weinstein knocks it up ahead. He is checked off the play by Ian Swartley. Here comes a slapper from the slot area along the ice, partially deflected, going for the 5-hole, and Cordisco wisely lays his stick out horizontally in front, covers things up, and says, hey guys, I'm in control of this ship right here.
And as I mentioned, Cheltenham would be well served, and they've tried for a little over 40 minutes tonight to get one past Mr. Cordisco down there, but they really need to try and get one here in the next 30, 35 seconds to keep this thing a 1-goal game where they can pull the goalie later.
Nate Smith fires through a crowd that was deflected wide along the near post, and now it looks like a Ram player taking down a weak backhander in the slot. Magerle tries to get it clear. Here's a slapper from the point. Deflected in front, it bounces along the near side boards, and hustling back to it, the puck is cleared by the hand. It'll be an illegal clear, and unless there's a penalty going to be called as well.
It's going to be a hand pass on Lapp. Lapp went down, tried to tie up the puck along the boards. Nobody came to play him, so he had to get rid of it, or else he would have got a delay of game, and they may have called a delay of game now. Yeah. They came over to the penalty box here, to the scorekeepers, and made some sort of signal, so they may call a delay of game on Jared Lapp.
Jared Lapp or Mike Roman, and indeed there is a penalty going to be called up there, and it's going to be on Mike Roman. So 2:44 left to go in the game. Oh man.
And now a 5-on-3 for a minute and 12 for the Panthers.
Pennridge cannot be making a statement saying, hey guys, we really don't want to win this game.
They're putting a lot of pressure on their defense and Mr. Cordisco right now.
So 5-on-3 skaters for the next 62 seconds. Controlled. Here's a left point shot high, wide on the near side. It's going to be picked up by Nate Smith of Cheltenham. Smith now attacks, centers right in a first-time shot, and a save by Cordisco. And the Panthers storming the net. They have 2-man advantage. Now 50 seconds left before the first penalty expires. And believe it or not, it's the Rams trying to clear the puck out of the zone. Knocked back in play by Smith. And once again, the Rams defense hanging tough around their blue line, not allowing any Panther penetration.
Yeah, nice job by Bryant. Just second and third effort, finally gets that puck all the way down and takes 20 seconds off the penalties.
Zach Hofstein trying to get things going along the right wing boards, goes around the defender, fires a huge angle shot just wide. Cordisco goes down, follow up by Swift. It's blocked in front. And trying to clear it out, there's Trevor Jones. Puck is now recovered by the Panthers. Here's a windup, a crank, a shot right on, and held on for a save. And poking in right after the whistle had sounded was again Nate Smith. Smith really hungry to tap in one of those rebounds.
Big look at Nick Cordisco. He's come up huge tonight. He must have faced at least 30, 35 shots. And there goes the goalie, Matt Conley, to the bench right now. There's 13 seconds left in the first penalty. They're going to try for the next 13 seconds to have a 6-on-3 advantage with the face-off deep in Pennridge territory right now, but the empty net for the minute 45, and all the Rams have to do is find that empty net and they ice this game.
Exactly what I was thinking. If you're a Ram, you've got to say, oh baby, if I can just get my stick on this loose puck and clear it the length of the ice, and here's an opportunity as they at least get it over the blue line to center right, and that's smart defense. That is playing heads-up hockey. The one penalty will expire in 2 seconds. So now the two-man advantage goes to Cheltenham. Remember, they have pulled the goalie. They try to attack the near side. Backhander in front. Oh, deflected just wide. Panthers now will recover. They have it in the left wing corner, center right out to the slot area. On the play, Hofstein fires a shot deflected wide. On the rebound, recovering is Elephant. Elephant now checked off the play, passes behind the net. Panthers control, try to work it out. Lapp once again gets some wood on it, clears it into the corner. Lapp is going to get an opportunity to turn around. He winds up, he cranks it, it's coming down. Jerry Lapp scores! All in one package, not only a defensive play, but a clear for a score with 58 seconds left. And folks, that has been the story of tonight's miraculous come-from-behind victory, having lost 12-2 in Game 1. A completely new Pennridge Ram has shown up. They have played a near-perfect game. They've got just 58 seconds left to go before they wrap it up, and no doubt about it, Greg, they want to preserve the shutout.
Well, I'll tell you what, Jared Lapp deserves all the credit. That's an unassisted empty net goal, but he started off, that puck was behind the net, and he held the post. And it's been what Pennridge defense has done all night to help out Cordisco. Two defenders on the post when the puck's behind the net means the pass has to go to the outside. The pass went to the outside. Lapp chased it down, bodies the man off the puck, then takes his time as he skates it out just a little bit and finds the empty net from his own blue line.
Well, folks, that's why we play these games. As now Cheltenham pulls the goalie again. They carry into the zone. Matt Cholin fires a shot wide on the near side. We're within the final 30 seconds. We're going to have a delayed penalty called again against Pennridge. And penalties continue to be the story here in the third period.
Yeah, Matt Rozier is going to go off for a penalty down here in his offensive zone. But with 33 seconds left, the only thing remaining to find out now, does Nick Cordisco get his shutout tonight?
That's the key, and you can bet that Pennridge wants to do everything. If they have to clog the entire zone there, they want to help Nick Cordisco preserve this well-deserved shutout with just 33 seconds left to go. What an amazing turnaround.
Again, I'm sorry, Lauren. Matt Conley on the bench. Two-man advantage once again here for Cheltenham.
And there again is Nick Cordisco off the quick flick of Aaron Silverman coming from the left wing boards. A couple seconds tick off the clock. We're under 30 now left to go.
Reminder, folks, VHS copies of this and all other SCT sporting events are available by calling 345-5154 during normal business hours. Once again, 345-5154. And remember, Florian, we're back here again tomorrow for not only Game 3 of this series, but Game 3 of North Penn William Tennant. There's going to be two Game 3s here tomorrow night, and we're going to bring you both of them on SCT over the following week.
Just moments earlier, some great camera work there by our production crew of the excited anticipation of victory of the Pennridge Rams. A big upset come from behind to force Game 3, as Greg mentioned, tomorrow night right here at the Face-Off Circle Hockey Arena in Warminster, Pennsylvania. We have never, I should say hardly ever, been disappointed with high school playoff hockey action. There's the puck now at the point, brought to the far side and offsides as Matt Cholin was not able to keep the puck in play. Goes over that blue line and had his entire team inside the zone. It'll force another face-off just outside. So it seems like we're going to take about 5 minutes to play these final 30 seconds. But nonetheless,
Pennridge doesn't mind as long as that time finally goes off the clock at some point. They know they're coming away with a win.
Pennridge trying to take another shot at that empty net. Nice block in front there by Greg Schmidt. He dumps it out to center ice. And once again, hustling onto it is Mike Schrage. Schrage carries into the zone, down the right wing boards, trailed by Gunning. Now goes from behind. Bryant stays with him. Here comes a shot, a bouncer in front. Schmidt's going to get a crack at it with 1 second. He fires, and that's it! And Pennridge has defeated Cheltenham by a score of 3-0. Stay tuned for the post-game wrap-up coming up right after these few words on your home for high school playoff hockey action, SCT. There's a look of some of the many fans that have come out tonight and treated themselves to a very entertaining night of Suburban 1 ice hockey playoff action. As the SCT Sports Scoreboard tells the story, Pennridge miraculously comes from behind, actually in this series, trailing 1-0, losing game 1 to Cheltenham by a score of 12-2. And Greg, probably the Panthers of Cheltenham, along with myself, didn't expect much from Pennridge tonight. However, the Rams playing very inspired hockey, I guess on the shoulders of a very impressive Nick Cordisco, who was extremely stingy in goal tonight, and some great hustle by his teammates, a solid team effort. They were able to upset the Cheltenham Panthers by a score of 3-0 and force Game 3 in this Tier 3 of Suburban 1 ice hockey playoff action.
I'll tell you what, Cordisco came up huge when he had to. His defense played very strong in front of him, and that's going to win you hockey games, strong defense and strong goaltending. But we talked about it early in the game. Cordisco made some big saves in the first 5 or 6 minutes of this game, kept Cheltenham off the scoreboard, and we said, you know, if Pennridge could just stay in this game long enough, maybe get a goal or two here or there, stay in it until the third period, they may sneak out of here with a victory. Well, they did more than sneak out of here with a victory. They come out with a shutout, 3-0 victory. We don't have shot totals, but shot totals had to be more in favor of Cheltenham by a good 10 to 15 shots more than Pennridge had on net tonight. But Cordisco and his defense came up big when they had to, and then they got goals when they had to, 2 on the power play, and an empty net goal shorthanded in the last minute of play.
In Game 1, the Panthers had no less than 6 scorers in the games, rallying for 12 goals. Their leading scorer, Andrew Weinstein, completely taken out of the game, and then they had 3 other multiple goal scorers all shut down. So the defense really rallied. They held Cheltenham scoreless in that first period, Greg, and then all of a sudden 2 goals, power play goals, one by Freed, the other by Wheatley in the second period, was pretty much the story. However, it seemed as though Pennridge wanted to keep giving opportunities back to the Panthers. A lot of penalties in that third period.
Yeah, and they did a great job of killing off the penalties, again, with solid defense. When the puck was behind the net, where a lot of offense originates from behind the net, they put a defender on each goal post and made the pass go to the outside where the shot wouldn't be straight on and right in front of Cordisco. He had the angle, then cut down on the shooter, made some saves, and also allowed the defenseman to get back out there and play defense on the shooter. They came up and played a solid defensive game tonight, and the goal by Wheatley, really the crusher on the power play. A weird bounce off the backboard out in front. He's able to knock it home for the second goal, and that gave them a lot more confidence because now they're up by 2, and they knew they could afford a mistake in the defensive zone, but they never really made that bad mistake, and if they did, Cordisco was there to shut the door.
And Jared Lapp, of course, led the way, of course, with his teammates on defense, and he finally sealed things up there in the third period, just when Cheltenham had 2 or 3 extra skaters. He did not clear the puck wildly, aimed for the empty net, converted it, and that sealed the score 3-0. And then the final seconds, Nick Cordisco was able to preserve that shutout. So a well-deserved victory. Congratulations to the Pennridge Rams, able to upset the Cheltenham Panthers by a score of 3-0, which means they force Game 3 of this Tier 3 Suburban Ice Hockey League playoff action. We'll be here tomorrow night at the Face-Off Hockey Arena. Greg Betts and myself, Florian Kempf. And once again, another outstanding performance by our award-winning production crew, led by our director, Tom Brunt. The audio was handled by Kim Newell, electronics graphics by John Stevens, camera operators Billy King and Frank Aguido. Thanks again, everybody, for doing a fine job. For Greg Betts, this is Florian Kemp saying thanks for watching. Once again, the final score, the Pennridge Rams defeat the Cheltenham Panthers in Game 2 of Tier 3 Suburban Ice Hockey League playoff action, forcing Game 3 tomorrow night here at the Face-Off Circle. Once again, the final score, Pennridge 3, Cheltenham 0. Thanks for watching, and good night, everyone.